So if you want to win truck wreck cases, but you're also like, Ed, the problem is that there's chasers, there's private investigators, there's people in the sheriff's office, there's people in the hospitals, all the big law firms are doing every gray tactic, black hat tactic to poach these cases. So if I spend money on advertising, at the end of the day, I'm still losing these cases. So now I had a great conversation, and this is not the first, but I had a great conversation with a injury attorney that won a big settlement involving multiple deaths in truck wreck, right? And so he's been practicing personal injury for a long time. However, he wants to move more into focusing on getting more truck cases in. Very common situation. We see this every other day, if not on the daily, at some level, right? We want to take this more serious, get more bigger cases. The conversation I had with this guy, who's an amazing guy, great background, super nice person, the world needs to meet more people like him, is, okay, Ed, if we start advertising on YouTube, if I start growing my brand, if we start focusing on truck cases, I have one more problem. And then he expressed this problem, which is what I just said. I'm still going to lose those cases to bigger firms. And I said, listen, man, here's how to think about this, right? Let's say that's accurate. And I gave him an example of a $10 million case that someone retained, kept it. But while that was happening, they were getting pinged left and right from every spammed text messages from other firms trying to steal that client. I said, you got to determine whether you're in this game or you're not. That's number one. Like Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, we're going in, we're trying to win the Super Bowl. We're not playing Little League football, okay? So our rules and our mindset has to be different. And when I say rules, I'm saying we're all above board, but our mindset around it. And so the rule set is we're in this to win it. So what is it going to take for myself, my firm, to win these cases and be perceived as the number one credible authority in this, okay? And if you followed me for a while now, you know, like we have a couple of rules. Rule number one, do you have 10 videos on your YouTube channel that specifically answers the questions the best prospective truck client would ask? Number two, what is unique about you and your firm? Why did you get into this? To case studies around vehicle accidents, truck accidents, commercial accidents. And the more specific we can get about detailing how we solve problems for our clients, guess what happens? You build trust over trust over trust. You're layering credibility, okay? Now, the other thing that we have to do is you got to have paid media combined with consistent, credible, informational content that actually helps our prospective clients where they're at, okay? Not like, and I've kind of, if you've seen in my videos before, I talk about, you know, some offices start like posting, you know, it's Mother's Day. Well, Mother's Day, you can post about moms, but like, you know, just what are we in? We're heading into the summer, April showers, like that's silly crap. Or new partner. Okay, that's great, but nobody really cares. That's not moving the needle forward for a prospect to become a client. And all that stuff's nice. I'm not making fun of it. I kind of am, but I'm not, in the sense like it's good. It's a good window dressing, but it doesn't pay the bills. It's not bringing in conversions. Now you use paid media because you can't rely on organic media alone. That's why like a lot of people that have posted a lot and they're like, this is not getting any results. You use paid media because it allows you to artificially have control over your own algorithm. And when people come into your arena, they now start seeing you everywhere. We say that's ethical propaganda. I had another attorney tell me they don't like that term. So whatever you want to call it, scaling your credibility, okay? Credibility at scale, syndicating your content with paid media. The reason we do that is because it works. And if you're not doing it, somebody else is winning those cases, okay? So if we do that, then we got to ask the question, like, let's assume that all of those other things are still happening. So those are the things outside of our control. How do people make decisions? Okay, now this is the law. We're taking advantage of the law of averages, and we're taking advantage of human psychology and influence and credibility and all those things like that, which is what we help you with. By the way, if you're watching this and you'd like us to actually do a free audit on your trust ecosystem, on your credibility ecosystem, and what you're doing with your paid media ads right now, whether it's Google, YouTube, trust, on the link or in the comments below or in the description below, there's probably a link that'll take you right to how we help people get these types of results. Okay. So the next step there is, how do people make decisions? Well, I could tell you from personal experience that when my dad went in for surgery and came out paralyzed from the waist below, he went for basic arthroscopic knee surgery. It wasn't like an overnight thing. We didn't just like make one phone call and pick that law firm. Okay. And I would imagine that you find the same thing to be true when there's death, severe injury, multiple people involved, and then they are like, this guy's example was, one of the cases he had was I think the parent or one of the parents was killed, and then I think they had to get help with the aunts and uncles had to help in, and so there's multiple people involved. So they're sitting around a table, on a kitchen table or a dining room table, and they're making this decision. And one person's going to be searching on YouTube, one person's going to be calling a friend, they're all going to be doing these different things. And so the decision isn't, oh, wow, I got this email, go do this and hire this one thing. That is less than 1% of the population who's going to make decisions that way. Again, if you want to play in this game where you're getting cases, $1 million cases, possibly 50, 30 million, $100 million cases, you got to ask yourself, what do I have to do in order to build that ecosystem so I'm perceived as the right choice? Okay. One last thought, and then I'm gonna let you go for today, is the other thing I just kind of said to him is that if you go in this route and you want to win, you got to ask yourself the next question, which is, how many people are not getting, and you think you're unique, you think you're gifted, you think you're qualified, you're that guy, you're the board certified guy, or you want to do more truck, you want to do more trial, you want to be that guy or gal. I'm sorry you just got to ask yourself, what do I got to do to be the best that I can be? And then apply that to your personal brand, your marketing, your advertising. You don't need to know everything. You just got to have that winning mentality of competitive edge. You don't always have to win, but you got to be competitive. And you can either take a default route, which is like you let the rest of the world determine it, and you're going to wish, hope, and dream about luck, or you're going to take a very, very proactive leapfrog mentality where I'm going to jump to the top of the line and I'm going to go earn these stripes and I'm going to go make it work. And, obviously we'd love to help you for it, but even if you don't work with us ever, take that mentality into it. And you're going to help more people. You're going to win more cases. You're going to get more cases. And next thing you know, you're going to wake up in 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, and you're going to, this snowball is going to compound, and you're going to be that person. And that's the bigger picture win. And any of this headspace stuff of like, well, they're doing this, who gives a crap? People steal signs in football, baseball. They're always doing that. Everyone's trying to get an edge. And especially the bigger the stakes, the more people are going to try different things to game the system, so to speak, right? Look at Moneyball, look at all these things, right? And you just got to say like, hey, look, we're going to be the best at this. We're going to be the best. And we're going to do what is required to be the best. So that's it. I'm Ed O'Keefe. If you need our help, we'd love to help you out. We help personal injury attorneys get bigger cases, stand up, be the most credible authority in your area, and would love to talk to you, help you. And we have a free optimization audit we can do for you. So have an amazing day. And you know what? If you're watching this still, if you're still watching this, you were put here to be the best at something. So figure it out and just get after it. All right. Talk soon. Bye.